turned 22, or whatever Taylor Swift says. Point is, I turned 22 on the 29th of September, so by the time you're watching this, it is that day, or by the time that I upload this. So, what a do, vinyl community? My name is Brian, that's Brian. Welcome to Vinyl Finds number 7. It's been about 4 or 5 months since I posted a Vinyl Finds video, and feel guilty because I've been, ever since I had came back from my trip a month ago in August, I think maybe a few days after that, after I'd come back, I went to my shops here in LA, and I've had some of these records for a month, almost 2 months now. So I wanted to show some, not all, but some of the earlier records that I got while I came back. A lot of good stuff since I've been back, and so yeah, I am really excited to show. So let's get started. Coming in hot, Ella and Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald. This is that Verve early pressing of Ella and Louis. Got this one at my local record shop for $30. It's pretty clean. I mean, other than the writing on the back, the jacket is in really good condition. Might as well take out the jacket, or here it is. Can't remember when this was recorded. I think it was in 56 or somewhere around that time period. But anyways, this is a really good sounding record. I don't have the acoustic sounds reissue. I've seen it multiple times at Amoeba, but I always pass on it because I end up getting other records. But yeah, Ella and Louis, you have a wonderful lineup here. Actually, I think it's on here. So you have these other musicians who play. Oscar Peterson on piano, Herb Ellis on guitar, Ray Brown on bass, and Buddy Rich on drums, as well as, Louis Armstrong on vocals and trumpet, and the wonderful Ella Fitzgerald, who does vocals. Beautiful record. If you've never heard Ella and Louis, you're missing out, because this, for me, is an all-time classic in the jazz world of music. So that's one of the pickups that I got. Another one from my local record store. I already have this record. I found one at Amoeba, I think maybe a year ago now. But this is Shelly Manne and His Friends. Yeah, My Fair Lady, OG mono. So yeah, this I think is an upgrade copy for me, because the other one that I got for, I think it was like $2.99 or $4, something like that. This one I got, I think, for $5. And yeah, I mean, whenever I see contemporary titles, I don't hesitate and get them. You see them a lot here in the West Coast. So speaking of My Fair Lady, might as well show this. This isn't technically a vinyl find. This is a online purchase that I don't know why. I don't know why I received this record from Analog Productions, but this is from their Craft series. I got the reissue of My Fair Lady. I was surprised. I don't remember ordering or placing an order, so, or maybe I did early on, but I had been receiving some of the records. I did get Art Pepper, and now this one, but I haven't opened it, as you can see. So I'm just gonna sell this because I don't need 10 copies of My Fair Lady. So that's probably what's gonna happen. I'm going to post it on Instagram probably and sell it there. But yeah, My Fair Lady, which features Shelly Manne on drums, Andre Previn on piano, and Leroy Vinegar on bass. It's a, you know, small group, it's a trio, but I love the music on here, and so that's why I didn't, you know, that's why I didn't leave it there at the store. So, pretty clean copy. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the other one. Probably gonna also sell that one. Like I said, don't really need when it comes to um, these contemporary stuff, or like the more, um, you know what I'm saying, like if, these more known common titles that are out there. I don't need multiple copies of. So we shall see what happens. But for now, I'm glad to have an upgrade copy of that. Next up, very excited to have found this song Bethlehem. K plus JJ, so Kai Winding and JJ Johnson on Bethlehem. I believe this is the original pressing because I think later on they did like they included some more text on here on the cover, but this has a wonderful, let's see, 2 4 6 sextet, and you know, the people on here: Kai Winding on trombone, JJ Johnson on trombone, Dick Katz on piano, Al Harewood on drums, Milt Hinton on bass, and Wendell Marshall on bass. When I saw this record, not gonna lie, I hadn't really streamed this, so I was assuming that this would have been like an orchestra type record, because Bethlehem, I believe, also has done like, you know, orchestra jazz records before. Like they've done, I think, Duke Ellington and um, some other like vocalists that are out there, like Francis Faye and stuff. But yeah, this has a wonderful lineup. Love the music on here. I think this one came out in 1955, around, you know, mid 50s, and pretty clean wax. I did experience like a small skip on one of the tracks, and if you see right here, it has that name on the back of the jacket. So I'm pretty sure, you know, the same um, these last three records that I've shown came from the same previous owner. So, and also this right here, this box with like a W or whatever this is, but I've noticed that on a couple of these that I've gotten, and you'll see them on some other ones that I'm going to show. But yeah, Kai Winding and JJ Johnson on Bethlehem. Awesome stuff. Also, this one says East Coast Jazz 7. I like that right there. I like when they included the East Coast Jazz and a number. Thought that was pretty cool. Next up, almost passed on this one. Decided to get it because this was actually the first time that I've seen this, but you also never really see Lenore Grand records out there. So at least for me, this is Dizzy Gillespie, World Statesman on Norgran Records, which is, you know, part of the Verve stuff. But you know, before Norgran there was Verve, and before Verve there was Norgran. Before Norgran there was, what was it? Clef, and then before Clef, Mercury. So, anyways, this is all by what's his name? Norman Granz. But yeah, almost passed on this one, and as you can see right here, there's more writing, and you see that box with the W. So this all came from the same seller who, you know, gave their records to my local record store, and I did notice the lineup down here, and so that's the reason why I got this. This is a big band. Um, and you have Dizzy Gillespie, Emmett Berry, Carl Warwick, Quincy Jones, Joe Gordon on trumpets, Melba Liston, Frank Rehack, Rod Leavitt on trombones, Phil Woods, Jimmy Powell on alto saxophones, Ernie Wilkins, Billy Mitchell on tenor sax, um, Marty Flax on baritone sax, Walter Davis on piano, Nelson Boyd on string bass, and Charlie Persip on drums. Yeah, to me, some of the highlights here were, the trumpets, and Charlie Persip does some awesome, like, solos on here. And, I mean, the lineup here is what got me to get this. I mean, this is one that I think goes a little bit in price. I did get this one for, I think, $15 at my local record store. And the wax isn't that bad. I'd say this is like a VG, strong VG copy. And as you can see right there, that Norgren Records. Love it. And last but certainly not least, I did notice this signature, which could potentially be by, what's his face? Ray Bryant. Which, is he on here? Did I mention his name on here? I don't think I did. But, anyways, what I was gonna say is some of the writing on here has certain musicians, and some of them aren't even on here. Maybe they're not credited, I don't know, but you have the likes of Benny Golson written here, says tenor sax, Ray Bryant on piano, Paul, and I don't know the other name, but it says bass, and then Charlie Persip on drums. What caught my eye when I got this, when I came back, was this right here. I think this might be Ray Bryant's signature. And it says to Norman, which was the owner of this record. They always put their writing on here, and it's on the other records. It says, best wishes, Ray Bryant. I thought that was pretty cool. Again, not sure if this is his actual signature. I don't have any way to verify that. I mean, I could look it up online, but haven't. So let's just say this is potentially this is Ray Bryant's signature right here. But if it's not, it's fine. I just thought that was pretty cool. Anyways, the music on here, really enjoy it. But when it comes to big band stuff on records, it could be a hit or miss. For this instance, I really did enjoy it compared to like other big band records that I've listened to on vinyl. So I'm gonna keep this for now. And yeah, if you see this, or if you want to listen to the music on here, stream it. Moving forward. Okay, we're almost done here. This next one I thought was on contemporary for the longest time, but it's actually on Pacific Jazz. This is Chico Hamilton Quintet featuring Buddy Collette. Got this one for, I think it was either $5 or $10. I think it was $5. These West Coast jazz records are, pretty common here. It's just a matter of how much the record store charges you for it. Some record stores will have a copy of My Fair Lady and they'll charge $40. I've seen it happen. I haven't seen, maybe I have seen this at Amoeba and just decided to pass on it. But I have a feeling that I have seen this record for a good price as well. And anyways, this has a stellar lineup. Love the musicians on here. And of course, it's on Pacific Jazz. So you have Chico Hamilton on drums, Buddy Collette, who plays let's see, flute, clarinet, tenor, and alto saxes. Jim Hall on guitar, and then you have Fred Katz on cello. Fred Katz is an awesome cellist player. Carson Smith on bass. Carson Smith was on Chet Baker Sings. If you guys didn't know that, he was on the. Can't remember. I think he was only on the 1954 sessions of my Chet Baker Sings, and then it was the other musician that was on it. But anyways, Carson Smith, and then again Chico Hamilton on drums. Pretty somewhat clean copy. You can see like the ringwear here. But yeah, this is a very enjoyable record. It's on that Pacific Jazz. Again, got this for a really good price. When it comes to these Pacific Jazz and contemporary records at my local record shop, they always put a phenomenal price on their stuff. As you can see right there, the writing, same owner who owned the other records. But anyways, Fred Katz and Carson Smith together, they're spectacular. Buddy Collette does some awesome stuff on the tracks here. And of course, Chico Hamilton. I've heard that his stuff on Impulse are a go. So haven't heard his stuff on Impulse. Thinking of doing it because I'm planning on doing an Impulse video soon, or dropping an Impulse video soon. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And yeah, the last 4 records. These next 2 are Blue Note records. Might as well start off with the one that I got for, I think, $9. Here it is, right here. This is Horace Silver, Doing a Thing, the Horace Silver Quintet at the Village Gate. Like I said, got this one for pretty cheap because the wax is in like G or G plus condition, but the jacket is actually not that bad. I can't remember when this was put out, maybe early 60s. But you have Blue Mitchell on trumpet, Junior Cook on tenor sax, Horace Silver on piano, Gene Taylor on bass, and Roy Brooks on drums. 5 tunes on here. And this is a New York, USA pressing. As you can see right here, there are some scratches. But decided to, for $9, I was like, let me give this a go. And yeah, still thinking about whether I want to keep it or let it go, and then use that cash, that dough, for another record that I want to purchase. But this has the RVG on the dead wax, as well as the ear, the Plastilite P on both sides. So yeah, this is one that I can't remember if I got this right when they posted this, but this isn't why I can't, that reason why I went for at the to the record store. I went for the Ella and Louis, and I went for this record that I'm about to show y'all. This next record I feel like some people like it, some people don't, mainly because of the musician. Um, I'm not saying he's a bad musician, but some people just don't really enjoy jazz organ, or at least Jimmy Smith organ. Anyways, this is Jimmy Smith, The Sermon, Blue Note 4011, 4011. And this is an original mono pressing. So I've had a copy of the sermon before. I don't know if I've shown it. I remember recording a video of me showing all of the Blue Note records that I had. I don't think I've uploaded that. I don't think I will ever upload that, but I did have a copy of the sermon. It was a New York stereo pressing, but it was in unplayable condition. I mean, there were so many scratches on that record. I was like, I don't know why I got it. But yeah, this is a really, really clean jacket. And the wax here is pretty clean as well. I'd say this is a strong VG plus. I mean, when do you ever see a there's a small scratch right there, but other than that, when do you ever see like a super clean Jimmy Smith The Sermon? Anyways, let's see. The lineup here is probably the reason why people get this record. But Jimmy Smith on organ, Lee Morgan on trumpet, Lou Donaldson and George Coleman on alto saxes, Tina Brooks on tenor sax, Kenny Burrell, Eddie McFadden on guitars, Art Blakey and Donald Bailey on drums. There's only 3 tracks on here, but they're worth listening to. So, I don't think there's been a reissue of this, actually, now that I think about it. Would it do, would there be sales if this was actually put out? I don't know, because there are plenty of Jimmy Smith records that have been released by or on the Blue Note Classic series. Maybe not. Maybe there's just been 2, but to me it feels like there has been. Probably because I'm thinking of like his Blue Note releases. It's a ton. I was gonna say it's a load, but there's a lot of Jimmy Smith records on Blue Note, and he did some stuff. He did stuff on Verve as well, and on other labels. But I'm just naming the stuff that he's done most on in terms of like record labels. But yeah, last but not least, these 2 records are, they're not twofers, but they're 2 records that I would put together. And I got this one from the shop. Aside from my local record store, the shop, where it could be a hit or miss, but mostly it's been hits for me recently. When I came back, these 2 records were the ones that I went to look after. And I was scared because I thought it had sold. But I saw this on Discogs when I was away, and I was like, I gotta get these. So I've shown one of them on Instagram, but I haven't shown the other one. So the first one is George Otsuka Trio, page 1. This is somewhat of a hard to get record, especially here in the US. This is a first pressing on Tact. But George Otsuka, if you're not familiar with, is a Japanese percussionist, drum player, and he's done some stuff on 3 Blind Mice, and he did a couple more things on like this Tact label. but his records are really pretty hard to get, rather. Um, and then for this record, it's pretty uncommon, but the price I the prices that I've seen online um, are pretty good compared to his later stuff and his 70s records. But George Otsuka here, he is accompanied by, let's see, I don't know if it has okay, so you have George Otsuka on drums, Ichikawa on piano, and M Terakawa on bass. I'll probably put the names of the other two, their first names at least. But this is some good modal, mostly modal for me, post bop jazz record that was put out in '67. And what's interesting is, from what this could be lost in translation, because I did do like I don't read Japanese, so I did like that, the Google Translate thing, which is usually very not accurate. But from what I've got from this is, it says that George Otsuka invited fans. This is a studio, like, when I say studio, I think it's in this. I think they record this in a studio, but they invited fans to listen in, so it's like a live performance. And I have I really I really enjoyed this record. I mean, this was technically a blind buy for me, because what caught my eye was just the cover itself and the title, Page One. Where have you heard Page One from? Yeah, the Joe Henderson record, Page One. But this is completely different from Joe Henderson's Page One. Um, and yeah, the Page One is actually a tune by Ichikawa. So awesome stuff on here. And luckily, you can stream this on YouTube. Not only this one, but you can also stream this next one that I got. By the way, this one doesn't have the Obi. It's supposed to come with an Obi, but yeah, it doesn't come with the Obi. Here it is. George Otsuka Trio, Page 2. So, yeah, Page 1, and you have Page 2. I was very fortunate that the shop had Page 1 and Page 2. Page 2 came out a year later, I believe, 1968. And it still says it's on, tagged jazz, but it's, I believe the actual label that it's on is Columbia, because it does have Columbia down there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it says new stream in jazz, tax jazz series. And this is, again, I believe a first Japanese pressing from what I've seen on Discogs. But these two, I had to pay up, so these weren't cheap. I think the Page One record I got for, I think, 50, and then maybe this one was 70. So, I mean, despite them not having the Obi, I don't care. The records, both of them, are, I want to say, near mint. They are spotless. They are super clean. And anyways, Page 2, George Otsuka, also has, oh, okay, so now this one has the full names. Okay, George Otsuka on drums, Hideo Ichikawa on piano, and Masayoki Terakawa on bass. This one's actually a gatefold. You can see the liner notes are in Japanese. Maybe, you know, there's some of my viewers read Japanese, so here you go. And some of the photos, which, I mean, these photos go hard, man. But the music on here, this one's actually a stereo session. There's no live audience, and I find this one to be more post-bop than modal. They do a wonderful rendition of On Green Dolphin Street. Love that tune. And yeah, I think for page 2, I think it's more the record itself. I think you can get I think it's more common to see page 2, but mostly you'll have to pay the extra fees because a lot of these copies that I've seen online are, you know, from Japan, which should be obvious because this is a Japanese jazz record. But yeah, those were the 2 that I got from the shop, and actually this concludes my Vinyl Finds video for today. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment. Tell me, you know, if you've seen some of these records. I'm pretty sure you have. Let me know if you've seen any George Otsuka, if you own any George Otsuka videos, records, and yeah, don't forget to like, do the subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be dropping, like I said, an Impulse Records video soon, not sure when. Possibly a, what's it called? A Fresh Off the Platter video, which I haven't done in a while as well. But again, you stuck this far. Truly appreciate it. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.